Salutations, my Fallout lovers, it is Matty here today, and we're going to be discussing the Fallout franchise as a whole, minus Fallout Tactics. And the point of this video is going to be made at the end, so I highly recommend you stick around as we talk about each and every Fallout game and its strengths and weaknesses. Mind you, this is my personal opinion, but like I said, the point of this video will be made at the end. Fallout 1, the beginning of it all. There's remarkable world building in Fallout 1, okay? This was the beginning of the Fallout franchise that all of us know and love today. Everything is so well thought out, and there are many interesting characters to meet and stories to uncover in every single area of this game. Even to this day, the universe that the original Fallout built still holds up, not only in the modern games, but back then. Sure, the combat may be slow, but I think for its lack of excitement that the combat brings, the original Fallout makes up for it with its atmospheric and gripping universe alongside a fantastic origin story. On to Fallout 2, which is arguably the best role-playing offered in the entire series at this point. Fallout 2 offers the player a choice at every single turn, which defines your character. Incredible writing allows the player to make any kind of choice they want. Feel like being a self-centered jerk? Go for it. Or are you more of a mercenary who's just trying to squeeze caps out of the next person who crosses your path? You can be that too, and of course the Mr. Goody Two-Shoes that we all know and love. For all the fantastic moments Fallout 2 offers, it was often breaking the fourth wall. After playing such a serious and focused vision with Fallout 1, it was a bit off-putting at first when these situations arose. For example, you can become a porn star, donate sperm, talk to ghosts, and so on in Fallout 2. These actions determine not only your karma, but the brand new reputation system that was introduced in this entry. But that is also a big part of Fallout in general. It just has its dark humor littered about the wasteland that was devastated by nuclear bombs, thus offering some puzzling contrast to the situation at hand. Some Fallout fans appreciate that, while others want a more serious focus. This is the beauty of the series that all of us share a love for. More on that later. But for now, let's move on to Fallout 3. Bethesda Game Studios took the reins from Interplay at this point and recreated the Fallout universe that old school fans had become accustomed to. Gone are the days of isometric strategy gameplay. Now we have first-person shooting and a big open world to explore in the capital wasteland. Although the story followed a similar structure to Fallout 2 of finding the Gek and it ending up in the Enclave's hand, it was decent at its time. It certainly hasn't become any better with age, but most of us nowadays know that the nostalgia makes up for most of that. The story really didn't matter. Fallout 3 was full of so many franchise-defining moments. The atmosphere was incredible. You could feel the drab and dread of every wastelander there. But similar to Fallout 2, Fallout 3 had its own form of contrast.
Until next time, this is Three Dog, ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio, bringing you the truth, no matter how bad it hurts.
Introducing the radio, which plays upbeat and catchy songs from the 50s despite all that's blowing up around you. Whether it was the prologue in Vault 101 or blowing up Megaton, these are moments in the series that most gamers won't forget. Fallout 3 was a lot of people's first Fallout games ever, and it is why the series is popular today. Whether you love it or hate it, that is your own opinion and you are entitled to it, but Fallout 3 is what caused a surge of popularity for this franchise. Now for Fallout New Vegas, here we go. I personally feel New Vegas embodies what we all love in Fallout games nowadays. It comes with the open world we enjoyed from Fallout 3, yet both the choices / role-playing that's close to Fallout 1 and 2. With that being said, I felt the strip was underwhelming, Johnny Guitar drove me nuts, and the fact that Obsidian managed to mimic the same issue Fallout 3 had of having its game end permanently after the credits rolling was pretty shocking. That being said, the diverse choices, secrets, and quests offered in New Vegas make up for anything I found wrong with the game, and as someone who uses mods, the strip can be easily fixed, and I can download new soundtracks into my game. After playing the story 1,000,001 times, a lot of my issues with this game are actually irrelevant, which is something that's hard to say about any other Fallout game, but that's just me personally. Your story might be different than mine. That being said, I personally feel that the deserts in New Vegas are boring. Maybe I was just spoiled by Fallout 3's fantastic wasteland, but I'm sure someone will just chalk that up as me being a Bethesda fanboy and disregarding my opinion. In the end, Fallout New Vegas offers a mixture of everything we're looking for in a Fallout game. And lastly is Fallout 4, the latest entry in the franchise. It is definitely the biggest risk taker of the series. The leveling system changed. Voice protagonist? Yep. Settlement mode, it's there. Fallout 4 was driven by an insane amount of hype that I've honestly never seen before, where in hindsight, it was just setting up a lot of people to be disappointed. Bethesda had a lot to deliver, and to many, they didn't do that. Fallout 4 focused on its main story, voice acting, and first-person shooting a lot more than the other sections of the game. To its benefit, the shooting adjustments were a huge complaint, and I'm glad they were fixed. The voice acting in Fallout 4 is hands down the best in the entire series, where actors almost never repeat, and characters do a great job of vocalizing their emotion, even if the animation never really did the trick. The story was good to some, predictable to others, and even downright awful, some would say. I'm not afraid to say I enjoyed it. It's hard to say good things about Fallout 4 because they're not the same that made all the previous games I mentioned enjoyable that the series is known for. Consequential choices are really nowhere to be seen, and the game definitely lacks memorable moments in comparison to something like Fallout 3. If I'm honest, Fallout 4 changed the games industry in a unique way. It wasn't from some mechanic in their game that will be mimicked for years to come. Haven't you noticed that since Fallout 4's announcement and release that more games are announced and released in a shorter span of time? Or how about modding on consoles? Something that we thought was impossible. It's not yet on PS4, but no other console game to my knowledge has done this. Fallout 4 has done a lot of good for our industry, but I don't think many have noticed it because they're sadly fixated on that disappointment they had with it. But yet, I still find myself coming back to Fallout 4. Yes, it's part of my job, but it's also just a really fun game to play. Fallout 4 is replayable, but I don't think it's replayable in the way that Fallout fans wanted it to be. Now for the point I'm trying to make. To round things up, there's a good chance that something I said in this video you didn't agree with. Our opinions most likely differentiate where you might find different strengths and weaknesses in the Fallout franchise. What we need to remember is that many developers have had their hands on this series. Bethesda Game Studios, Interplay, and Obsidian Entertainment. Each studio had their own vision, beliefs, and ideas for this franchise and where they wanted it to go. It's only normal that there's so much division in the Fallout franchise because there are so many different visions being tossed in there. After thinking long and hard about this, I'm happy things are this way. I'm happy I'm heavily invested in a series that has experimented and tried many new things along the way. A series that has taken influence from both its fans and creators alike, between mods and other companies who have developed Fallout games. I think that this is something special that most game franchises can't say, and most end up dying off because of it, and I hope this video can open your eyes to the beauty of this series rather than arguing about which is good and bad, because it's only natural that we're going to think differently. Not just because it's human nature, but more so because there's so many different things being put into this series that certain things will be enjoyed by other Fallout fans. Some of our beliefs may align with Bethesda and what they do with the franchise and so on. Me, I just enjoy the Fallout games as a whole. I'm not saying this is the model you have to follow, but that's just my decision to not pick a favorite because I enjoy all of them in my own unique way, and I think that's something that's fantastic about this series. Hopefully, you can all take away something in this video, and I do hope you enjoyed. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.